I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. As we go into this core set 2020 sealed, they are purveyors of Magic supplies, Magic cards, Magic product, and they buy and sell and trade. Anything you basically need for your physical Magic game, Card Kingdom is going to have it for you, and they're going to have it at competitive prices, and they're going to buy your stuff at competitive prices. So it's an expensive hobby. You got to do your shopping. You got to do your price comparisons. Make sure you include Card Kingdom in your shopping because they are going to beat the competition a lot of the time. And you're going to be happy that they're part of your Magic buying experience. They're going to get you your stuff fast. It's going to be in the condition indicated or better. I did an experiment on condition and bought a bunch of cheap cards from Card Kingdom, just bulk commons or whatever, but at the different condition levels so that I could see what they were calling different conditions. And I swear I got like a near mint in the card that was called good. You know, like anyway, their grades are worst case. Normally the cards are actually graded better than they are graded from Card Kingdom in my experience. So thank you, Card Kingdom. Check them out. All right, what do we get today? Dual land, Kethis, the Hidden Hand. Legendary spells are cheap, and you can exile legendary cards from your graveyard until in turn each legendary card in your graveyard gains. You may play this card from your graveyard. Yeah, that is a constructed card. Not going to do much for us, especially at that oppressive cost. I suppose if we had amazing mana and we're in these 3 colors, I would play it. But even then, maybe not. A 3/4 for 3 is just not worth it for that level of complexity. Love this dude. Had Gargos yesterday in one of our sealed pools. Only went 1 and 3 with the pool, but it certainly wasn't because Gargos isn't awesome. In fact, one of the times we lost because they stole our Gargos and then beat us with it. Bag of Holding. This is a little clunky, but if the games are going long and they're not playing artifact removal, this is going to be eventually a bunch of cards because basically discards are exiled and it allows you to loot, and then eventually you get everything that was exiled. It's worth noting that Bag of Holding doesn't care about whether or not you discarded the card through the Bag of Holding. Anything you do to discard throws it into the bag. So it works really well with looting effects, for example. I mean, obviously it has it on itself, but I'm saying, you know, if you had a inherent looting ability, or for example, like I want to do Bag of Holding plus that rare dragon they moved to uncommon, the 5/5 that Wheel of Fortunes on damage. Sealed best of 1 here. In fact, let me update my record stuff for that. Leyline is not going to be played here. Actually, we'll go look at our uncommons while I update the info on the account. There's some uncommons to check out, and I'm going to go up here. That's correct. All right. What do we got? 2 Gruesome Scourgers and a Bloodthirsty Aerialist. That's the big payoff for life gain around these parts. This seems fine for a single card in the main deck. Some of the pro Devout Decree. Well, gotta love pro protection from in a best of 1 world, huh? Air Elemental is great. Gyre is depends on your deck composition. Siegebreaker, decent threat of activation, but not amazing. Howling Giant, pretty amazing. It's a lot of value for 7. I mean, you expect a lot of value for 7, but it delivers. Overcome probably goes pretty well with that value as well. This is fine. This is okay. These are fine, but not amazing. These are both commons that are now uncommons. You know, originally printed at common. Salvager. Somebody used it yesterday to get back a pretty good thing that we had to kill twice, but it's pretty high setup cost to play a 2-1 for 3 just for that eventuality. So yeah, let's see, then we'll go take a look at commons by, let's look at our gold, make sure we've checked out just our straight up gold. Yeah, only the Siegebreaker and Kethis, but it's good to see what our, I'm gonna throw our lands in there just so we can keep track of where our fixing is at. And then we'll take a look at it color by color. I'm not seeing a lot of support at common in white. Like we're just too much yoke docks here. Not enough action. Pacifism is nice. God's Willing is nice. But we fundamentally need better creatures, I think, to be playing white. So I'm going to say no to white. Some splashables, yes. And we do have 2 Windscarred Crags and Blossoming Sand. So if we end up in these colors, we can consider the white splash for sure. Cloudkin Seer, I couldn't remember the name, but this is one of my early favorites. Just value town card. Prophet's been fine. Ooh, 2 Boreal Elementals and an Air Elemental really draws me to blue. I think this suite of flyers here, these 4 flyers really make me want to play blue, and Sleep Paralysis is decent removal. So, blue front runner for inclusion right now. Got a Murder, got a Soul Salvage, that Vulture is fine, Aerialist. I need some incidental life gain to be anything more than just a 2-3 for 3, but we like a 2-3 flyer for 3, so that's not, I'd play it even without it. Scourger, better if you're making a lot of tokens and going super wide. This is actually pretty disappointing as far as black goes, I think. I really only like the Murder, the Aerialist, and the Vulture, with the Scourgers being just okay without heavy tokens. Oops. What's red got for us? No shocks, it doesn't look like. I'm going to go to this view. It's a little easier for you guys to see. We can scroll as needed. Ember Cats, whatever but playable. Bird Grabber, whatever but playable. Destructive Digger, kind of the same. A lot of whatever but playable here. But emphasis on the whatever part. Couple reduced to ashes. Not looking all that impressive to me. Hopefully green saves us. I like the blue. Now pair it with the green. Come on. Yeah, I like this. Double Leafkin Druid is fine. We'd play the Might. Rabid Bite is great. Gift of Paradise helps with that. Oh, Silverback is here. Yeah, this looks good. I think we're in pretty blue-green, and we'll see what we want to splash with all this. Siratemi, suggesting Soul Salvage shenanigans. I don't... Well, we could end up splashing it, but let's... definitely in blue-green, and then we can see about whether or not the white splash is worth it. I'm going to cut this stuff, though, and let's build a blue-green deck. Might play that, yes, 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 maybe, yes... Yes, 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 maybe. Maybe. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, maybe, yes. Yes. It's also Scuttlemutt. Maybe better than Gift of Paradise. Oh, Bag of Holding was all right. Let's look at a pacifism splash potentially here. Maybe even an isolation splash. I don't think we splash God's Willing. I don't think we're splashing God's Willing. Let's see. Probably just the pacifism. And then 9 cuts. That's a lot of cuts. 18, 14. F9er, I put it as a maybe playable. Depends if we ended up really skies, but no, this isn't a deck for that. I know there were some other... Like, we can get rid of Moat Piranha, I think. Pulse is a cut, maybe 1 bond. Again, I just don't... Maybe this is okay. We're trying to get big enough that bouncing 3 things can clear us a path for an Alpha Strike. But that's my problem with this card, is that I only feel like it's good when you are creating a game-winning Alpha Strike, or create... And for that, I guess I'd just rather have the Overcome at 5. I still like this Spider. We can cut at least 1, though. And I guess we have enough flyers. Maybe you're right. Let's see, where's our creature count now? 15, 12. Is that okay? Maybe it's okay. Three cuts from this. Maybe Scuttlemutt or Gift. You could just cut the white splash and get rid of Scuttlemutt, or get rid of Gift. I like accelerating to these, though. I kind of need an early bio break here anyway. I'm gonna put this up. Yeah, we can. I'll put this in. I'll put the Cryptic Caves in to remember it, and the Blossoming Sands in case of that splash. But then I'm going to go like this. Actually, maybe it's better like this. Better like this. All right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get a beverage and use the restroom, and then we'll make a couple more cuts and get going. Thank you for your patience. What do we decide? $14 creatures, 12 non currently, although Bond kind of counts as a 15th creature. Is this the right place for Bone to Ash? Even though we're not living at instant speed where we can, oh, they didn't cast a creature, we can Bone to Ash instead. I can't help but run this in sealed. You're just going to have too many spots where you have this and they finally draw their Gargos and you get to pick it off, you know? Yeah, I can cut Overcome. And then... what about Befuddle? He might. I don't mind like one combat trick though. All right, sorry, let's get getting distracted by chat. I'm gonna cut Might. What's that? 1410. Is this bag really good? I don't know. I guess you get there eventually. We could just cut the pacifism, not bother trying to splash. Yeah, that's also a good reason to leave in Bond, honestly. We didn't really do a lot of talking about Gargos and planning around combos there. That makes me want to cut the... I mean, you can still target your own stuff with the Befuddle. Maybe we want both. Good point, Breffin. Just be happy to loot. No, needs to be a target of a spell. Scuttlemutt's not a spell. Yeah, we'll leave the splash. Then what do we cut? Gotta cut something. Gotta cut something. Oop, no. Where are we at? We're at 1410, 1410. I would really like to cut a spell. Let's cut, maybe cut the Gyre. Although we can target our own stuff with that as well. Let's try this though. Uh, 2, 8, 16, 17. Wait, that's not 8, 14, 15, 16, 17. This would be 6, 7, 8 green, 6, 7 blue, and 3, 8, 7, 3. I don't want to do that. We can cut this down though. This is 9, 8, 3. Really 10, 9, 10. 9, 9, 10, 10, 9. That's pretty good. I don't think we need a plains. If we're not searching for basics with anything, we don't even need a plains. We have 3 sources. 1, 2, 3 for a single pacifism. If we want to play a plains, I'm taking out the caves. Bag of lands, because that's what we're going to end up with. I'm normally not one to run colorless producing lands, but in this case we do have a Temple of Mastery offsetting it, and these helping with the colors, so we're gonna give it a try. Agree with Fiddles. I can't ever imagine bringing in a ley line in Limited. All right, looking good. Looks like we'll have Bone to Ash up on 3. With a Howling Giant ahead of curve if the Druid can survive, and we can draw some land. Ooh, that's a nice pull as well. Now we've got 4, 5, and... or sorry, 3, 4, and 6 turns. Ooh, well, get that Sands out. I guess this is what we do on our 5th turn. Well, wanted to keep Bone to Ash up, but actually I'm going to have to just pin this dude down for a couple turns with the Frost Links. Any X spells in the set? None are coming to mind to me either, but maybe we're just forgetting something. It's always possible. So I guess we'll do Sands this turn, and Links down the Lich. Ah, that's right, the Hydra's got some X action. Well, they're cutting us off from our turn 4 Silverback, but we do have Bone to Ash, which I am going to keep up. Yeah, really sad that this Tomebound Lich is going to do its thing, but it's a good card. Not going to block with the Frost Link, so might as well be attacking. All right, hope we pick off something good this turn with Bone to Ash. This is the situation. Someone in comments was talking about how Bone to Ash was a lot worse in our deck because we're not really operating at instant speed, and here's an example of it. If they don't play a creature spell here, then we spent no mana this turn, which is pretty bad, but we're taking the shot. Yeah, and so that's really bad for us. They got to draw extra cards, spend mana on their turn, and we didn't do anything. So that's a big drawback of Bone to Ash, and when you get your 2-for-1s and it feels like a huge fist pump, this what just happened to us on that turn is the thing that's easy to forget when you're considering the value of cards like this. Now though, we have Silverback Shaw, or we can play one. Oh no, we're not there yet. So we'll go Silverback here. Great call. Oppo dumping Meteor Golem suggests that this could be sacrificed for the Raise Dead effect. If they do it, they now have a window. The Bone to Ash wouldn't stop it anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's no question that Bone to Ash has significant downside. If this were just, if it weren't narrow, it would be too good. This Lich is tearing us to pieces, though. There's not really much we can do about it. Really rough. Howling Giant, though, is a one-stop board stall. But they're playing black and haven't really removed anything yet. I'll be pretty surprised if this Howling Giant survives the turn. What I'm hoping for is that these two wolves survive the turn and can actually double block this stupid Lich and stop that nonsense from continuing. Howling Giant's reach isn't as obvious, you know, it isn't obvious, but it's a little clearer. I think the thing people attacking into reach creatures last set was heavily about the fact that the main offender was a 4/3 red creature that just doesn't look like it's supposed to have reach, you know? There was a time where they had this little thing, like a tendril on it. Reach cards had a little tendril on them that would kind of try to represent it. That looked really weird. I don't know. Also, let me go here. I think I can hide in the logo. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm not sure what Oppo's up to. They got a pretty good situation, so I think they're AFK here. What I want to do is try and leave up Bone to Ash, but the trouble is hard to do that with Silverback Shaman that they know about. We have we have 7, 6, 5, 4, but then back to 5. And then we could go down to 3 to cast this. I think for this turn, we'll go Gift of Paradise, cast Silverback, since they know about it anyway. Although this can do green, right? So we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gift of Paradise go down to 5, then back to 6. Then we can do Bone to Ash. Okay, no, actually, I changed my mind. We're going to do it like that. And like this. And then I'm going to Druid. And we still have the same defense, but now we have Bone to Ash up. And at least it's a Bone to Ash that... It's like, if we could have cast this and didn't, it would be super suspicious, but since we can't cast this, at least maybe we have a chance at the Bone to Ash getting some value. What's up, Oppo? That's good. All right, they're really they're playing around the Bone to Ash pretty solidly here. That seems clearly to me what's going on. That means they know about it. I don't really care. we can get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can cast both of these and not have the Bone to Ash. Even though it seems like they know about it at this point, and even though the Air Elemental would block the Boreal, I'm going to go ahead and play the Shaman that they know about, and I'm going to use those to do it. I'm not blocking with those. And I'm not going to be attacking with those. So, yeah, they know about it, but it's okay. It's doing good work as a preventative measure here. We are never going shields down on Bone to Ash again for the rest of this game, so their next creature that we care about is not going to hit unless it has cannot be countered. Well, we care about both of these. We're just going to have to get one but not the other, I guess. Kind of makes me want to wait on the Air Elemental until both of these have passed, because the Air Elemental is going to be what stops us from losing to the Boreal Air Elemental. So I'm going to... I think we have to offer the Shaman, though. Eventually this is going to have to trade anyway. So let's go ahead and say, fine, you can have the Silverback. Did they not attack with this, or does it have... Why didn't... Curious why they didn't attack with that. What's the loop? Oh, Scholar and Salvage, sure, but isn't that... Oh, that's... I was thinking, good thing I read it. I was playing this as though it were the take control of a creature, so I'm glad I looked closely. I didn't understand what loop you were talking about, because I thought this was steal a creature. So actually that does mean we could play... yeah, we're going to try and... We're going to save the Elemental then. We're definitely going to attack with a Shaman and offer this trade. Look, it's a blue 7-drop creature. How many blue 7-drop creatures are there? Geez, apparently 2. Alright, we can do this dude, though. It's always development's fault. And, yeah, we can throw this and still bone. Heck, we might be able to do bolt 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't do it all, so we'll stop here. Yeah, it's true, we have the bag. We can stop playing lands now, because the bag is somewhere in the library. Which one will they try? All right, we're stopping that for sure. Hey, look, it's a bag. Sure wish I had a land to pitch to it. Hey, I have a land to pitch to it. If we do this, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and loot. If we can tempt Oppo into using the Golem on the bag because it's tapped, that's fine with me. I think that's good for us. And we even have a pacifism now for the Elemental, so let's just do that and start getting our attack on. They might use the Meteor Golem on the pacifism. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I just don't want them to use the Meteor Golem on the Air Elemental. So we're gonna hold the Air Elemental until that Golem is off the table. We can attack with everything here, but the druids, they don't matter. Everything else is good, though. Yeah, Oppo now has to really do something with the Meteor Golem, and then we can drop the Air Elemental safely after that. Yeah, they're going for the pacifism removal. Again, that's fine. It did just they needed to pick something, and I just didn't want it to be our Air Elemental, and now we get to play the Air Elemental. Ooh, but this is even better. Don't have anything for that yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can pretty easily do all of it. Well, not easily. We can exactly do all of this. Start with a loot, though. We always loot. I mean, should we loot? Not that way. Let's start here, then it won't mess us up. Yeah, we have a bag of holding, so effectively by looting we're drawing a card. Well, they got us with that one, but I like our position a lot better here. Right now we have the only ongoing attack. Incredible that Convolute managed to get us with 13 total mana. Auto Tapper got me? How? We did everything we wanted. Yeah, maybe I wanted to play the Hydra first. There's an argument for the air elemental being a better creature for this situation. I mean, eventually this can get gang blocked on the ground, whereas right now this just has clean attacks. Yeah, do we loot first, or... I guess we profit first, but not that way. I want to see what's coming. Bond and sleep paralysis, those both seem fine, but I don't want to pitch them. I don't want to pitch the sleep paralysis. Do we want... And then the Wolfkin Bond. Yeah, that's good too. We'll keep both of those, and we'll start with the paralysis. And could even put it in the holding bag, but that could have been one way to do it. Ooh, nice from them. That's a perfect top deck when you've got a flyer to work with. Murder, but I was using that. Yeah, so we could throw it in the bag and then open the bag. We got a lot of mana. Then we'd have, but we only have other lands in here. I'm just gonna forget it. We'll do this. And I'll go ahead and attack with the Prophet. If they trade with the Golem, we could end up facing some recursion that is annoying here. Oh, they're not gonna block anyway. And let's keep the flyer tapped down. Now, the bond is something I may go ahead and loot into the bag. Ah, okay, that's why they... Well, yeah, all right. Still doing all right here. No, I'm going to keep the bond. I'm not going to bag the bond. I'm going to put the bond on the seer so we can get going in the air. However, we can go ahead and... well, there's no need to do it there. We're definitely casting this, so all we're going to be doing is putting something in the bag at end step. Yeah, it's nice and clear, huh? I get it. Pro red. If only protection were clear. Seer's gonna take a turn off. It's alright. Do this our way, or auto tap will get us. We're just going to tap down the golem here to produce some good wolf attacks for a couple of turns. They gotta come up with something good here. I think we just get exploding this. All right, nice start. The good foot is forward. Slowbra, go stand in a corner for 5 minutes. Yeah, bag of holding is thumbs up. Should have known that. As who was it? It was just like, dude, the looting is fine. Totally correct. The looting alone is fine, much less getting it back. No blue yet, but we're going to keep the turn 2 druid, no problem. And there's our blue. Thank you, Shuffler. Aerialist is going to be annoying. Probably going to have to pacify it eventually. But for now... We could paralysis it, but I think we'll just go with a seer. Draw a card. Put up 2 power in the air of our own, and then next turn we can Frost Links and Rabid Bite if we want to spend 5, or we can play the Temple and just Frost Links. Bone to Ash, but we don't have the blue yet. I think that makes me want to play the Temple here so we can have Bone to Ash next turn. Don't know if we're playing into anything instant speed here in the air, but I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Seer. And let's play the Temple. See what's coming. Wolfkin Bond, you say. Yeah, we'll keep that. That, again, makes a nice addition to the old Seer. A little bit weaker against black because murder could make you really pay for that, but you're going to get that wolf. You know, you're the consolation prize of having your bonded creature killed is the wolf token, and I'm going to keep that on top. And then we're going to Lynx the Aerialist. Hard Event points out that you do not get it if they do it in response. That's a fine point. I basically never play my auras into open removal mana unless desperate. Like, even here, like, I don't know what the removal mana is. I don't think there is anything on 2. Maybe I'll Kibler Google chat and say, are there... Not that I even want to do it this time. I think I want to keep Bone to Ash up. But if there's not... Yeah, Disfigure. Yeah, I guess we should not then. I don't want to play it into the Disfigure possibility. Rabid Bite is a sorcery. Well, let's just trade 2 in the air for right now. And we'll pass. Bone Splinters is an instant. I just didn't want to get blown out, like not even get the wolf. Looks like they're just stuck on land. I wish we were capitalizing on that more, but I still don't want to play the bond into such open mana. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 right now. If we played soon at 8 mana, then I'm willing to like sleep paralysis the Aerialist and keep the Bone to Ash up. But right now I'm going to keep Bone to Ash up. All right. I can play the Prophet and then still have, because of this, the Bone to Ash mana. So let's start with a Cloudkin Seer attack, and then we'll Prophet. Of course, if they kill something before they untap, then we won't have the counter, but I don't think we need the land. No need to go through the shenanigans. We effectively draw the card by just not drawing it. But we'll keep the bag. All right, give us a nice creature to counter. Come on. That's a nice creature to counter. Asked and given. And there you go. That's why we love Bone to Ash. I mean, Bone to Ash got stuck in our hand 1 turn last game, but then it countered a hugely important creature spell, and then just countered a major spell right there as well. So I'm digging the Bone to Ash. When it works so well. It's worth it for the times where you get a little short. We could play the Bond now that shields are down, but another thing you can do with a card like this is really just make it the last card out of your hand and get them to use any removal that's hiding up in here on the other stuff first. So I'm just going to go with Boreal, Elemental, and a Bag of Holding here, I think. 1, 2, we still have 8. So this is 6. We can even Rabid Bite from there. So let's Bag, Elemental, and Bite. All right, that was a fine turn, I think. Fine turn indeed. Thief is great, but here we're just going to pin him down and make him scoop. Oh, you didn't even let me do the second one. I think you're right, David. I think the bag, it might be too weak against a hyper aggro build or something, but I think for the most part, you're going to be super happy to first pick Bag of Holding because it goes in any deck, right? It's the classic, it may not be the highest ceiling on power level ever, but the fact that it's guaranteed to make your deck is pretty good. Sealed is slow. We'll see how fast the draft format is. I think there's some fun police type archetypes, but the tools are there for control to be great. I mean, blue and black they just look great. So, well, here we have Cryptic Caves not sitting around, not being a source for like Leafkin Druid, but we're going to keep this. We have Bag of Holding, we have Scuttlemutt, we have Cloudkin Seer. So, pretty easy keep. Yeah, Scuttlemutt gets there eventually. Not exactly, Druid on 4 isn't what we're on about, but it is what it is. Here, we're probably just going to go ahead and hold the bag. I'm even going to... Well... I'm going to play the caves, but then we're going to go look for something else. I'm actually going to ditch one of these druids. By the time we get them online, they're not going to be as useful anyway. More blue. I guess we'll play... we could go Cloud... I keep saying Cloudskin. I'm just... Cloudkin Seer. Or the Scuttlemutt to set up a potential, if we draw a green, turn 4 Silverback. That's not bad. Just getting that Silverback going. I think we need to get our green online. I'm just going to play the Scuttlemutt and get green. I'm not going to take this bait. It's probably fine, but the Scuttlemutt's too valuable for us to risk on a block. I'm not even sure what they... maybe Blade Brand would hurt us there. Another Aerialist. Well, I was hoping to cast a Shaman, but we can go with Druid Seer, and that's not the worst either. Let's start with Seer. Maybe we'll get a Natural Forest. Is the East Coast still not able to log, or what's the... I don't even know the situation, Bizarro Navarro. I know that yesterday a bunch of people were having issues. I was able to play all day yesterday, so login has not been a problem for me like it has been for apparently like the rest of the world, so... Ryan, the lucky guy, continues. Yeah, I haven't. I figured if there was still a big problem, I'd be hearing about it, and haven't really heard about it. Again, we could call the bluff on the Sorcerer of the Fang, but Blade Brand is a thing, and I don't need to lose that Druid, so... Although, it may be good to get the Blade Brand out before we start doing stuff with Gargos here. Alright, let's do this, and this to go here. unfortunately can't really cast anything, but we're still going to... Oh, this Thrashing Brontodon is Sad Town for Bag of Holding, if they want to get rid of it. It's, you know, you got to give up your 3-4 to do it. So we're going to just keep that loot at the ready. And attack. We're not blocking. Might have to paralyze our own creature just to have Gargos fight something. That's kind of a funny reality. You can do a lot of targeting your own stuff negatively just to get a fight. All right, taking a big smack here. Man, that's rough. I was really hoping they would lighten up a little bit so that we could try and stabilize with the Gargos, but this is a lot of power and toughness to try and deal with before we lose our 12 life. Surely putting the paralysis on whatever you want to fight is better than fighting it? How so? Like, for example, you put a paralysis here, all the other elementals have trample, whereas if you fight it, they don't. Probably have to keep might. Oh, that's rough. Might plus Gargos is big time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't do both this turn, though. I'm going to send away the might. And if Oppo wants to blow up the bag to keep it from us, they can do that. My big concern is they've been representing Bladebrand this whole game. Hopefully it's been a free bluff with the Sorcerer of the Fang, because the Sorcerer has never attacked in where it would die, so it's possible they are just representing Bladebrand and don't actually have it. But we may be in a spot where Bladebrand... we can't beat Bladebrand, which would kind of stink. But I think we just have to go with... On that end, maybe we just start with the Silverback. If it dies, we actually get a card out of it. It can block everything down there. Yeah, I'm actually going to start with the Silverback and see if we can't draw out removal or whatever from this. The trouble with the Seer is that it blocks nothing. Like, literally blocks nothing unless it's chumping. I think if we chump with the Seer, we're dead. So I'm just going to attack here. They could do a thing where they kill the shaman and then we're just kind of like bowled over, but I'm basically not going to play around them being able to kill the shaman, because then we're just chumping with the Seer and we're going to be dead anyway. All right, this is good to see. Suggests that the Bladebrand is not a thing. We can try this trade. Thank you, Techno Shaman.
I'm Chandra.
Bye-bye, Seer.
Nice to meet you. Call my fists Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Okay, I think we're in reasonable shape here. Doesn't maybe not look like it, but they didn't show the cards we were worried about. We can go Lynx and Paralysis here and then get to the Gargos. I like that. If we paralyze the Brontodon, then they have no reason to do anything but trash our Bag of Holding. So we're going to paralyze the Aerialist and hope that they use the Brontodon to free up the Aerialist, and then we go Gargos plus Combat Trick in Bag of Holding to take out the Aerialist after that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And they may even do it coming up. Yeah, we'll links the old Brontodon here. All right, they did what we wanted, basically. That's an interesting question, Brian. I'll speak to it in a second.
Whoosh! Up in flames!
Whew. Well, now I've done it. That was a savage top deck, Oppo. Savage. Now we got to crack the bag, but we can't stop the flyer, so we're dead. We're totally dead. Looting wouldn't have helped us there. I don't think. Anyway, sometimes we take a loss. Oppo had a solid deck. We had a plan, but they busted up our plan. What can you do? I'm going to jump here for just a second because Valhalla's Chosen asked about design reasons behind close together reprints. The example brought up here was the Blade Brand reprint. That's purely limited. I think it's interesting that they did it so right away. But when a card is inconsequential to standard is reprinted in back-to-back or near back-to-back sets, it's purely a limited environment decision. So, but it's interesting that they did it right after Blade Brand saw print for the first time. And basically, it kind of means that somebody found a card design that really struck R&D's fancy in terms of being a nice little package of a design. So the fact that they reprinted Blade Brand right away is somebody else working on a set going, Blade Brand, oh, what a great card design. That would be perfect in my set, given all these limited mechanics I have. I'm going to throw it in there. That's why. And then in terms of like why was Dreadmaw, why is 6/6 trample for 4 green reprinted so heavily and so often? Because it's worse to change a card just so that it's different as opposed to printing the card that you think your set needs that's elegant. So 6/6 trample for 6 is super elegant. Square stats means the power matches the toughness. And when it's like triple square, when power, toughness, and CMC all match, and it's got, so it's just like this nice solid Magic card. Very simple, very understandable, very clean. And if you're like, well, we just printed 6/6 trample for 4 green, let's do something else. Let's give it activated whatever. Let's make it a 5/7. And you can do all these things to it that make it not a 6/6 trample for 6, but that's a perfect card. Like perfect in the sense of very well costed, often exactly what a set needs. And so rather than reinvent the wheel just because you used that wheel last set, if what your set needs is that wheel, put that wheel in, no big deal. And then finally, the last thing I would say on that is the Legion Conquistadors showing up again was to give cohesive strategy throughout that block. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the Conquistador is this common white creature that when you played it, you can go find more copies of it. There's a functional reprint in M20 even. And it was in triple Ixalan, and then when they added the set, and so they added Rivals, so that the drafting format was Rivals, Ixalan. You didn't want to have this Ixalan set that had these worthless Conquistadors because you only had one pack of them. So they put them in the Rivals as well, so that in Rivals as well, that Conquistadors were available in all 3 packs. That's why they did that one specifically. So there you go. We'll hold the bag. I'm gonna go ahead and mystery on 1 though, and we'll bag on 2. Bizarro asks, why not just reprint, make a functional reprint that's not a dinosaur? I think that dinosaurs are just a really popular creature type, and they're just playing into that as well. Buffalo, please. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Let's go attack and keep up Bone to Ash or Octoprofit. Let's go Octoprofit. Save the Bone to Ash for a later card. Thank you, Buffalo. Appreciate that you went from lurker to sub. Very nice. Druid. Do we need the Druid at this point? I'm going to pass on the Druid. I'm going to... might even pass on the Bond. We're up against blue-black. Bounce and removal are both not great for the Bond. We're sealed here. Yeah, I'm going to seek out more powerful cards, honestly. Might dig us to some land, but we have Bag of Holding if we get flooded a bit. I am not super happy with their decision to basically have M20 be around for a week before you can draft it. That's a little long. I'd almost rather them just delay the launch. Could Scuttlemutt and Might, but then we lose the Bone to Ash. Kind of want a Bag of Holding here, actually, and look for another land anyway. Let's do this. Kind of glad I binned those bottom 2. I really want to find land. Unfortunately, didn't. Now I kind of want to ditch the Bone to Ash. But I guess we'll ditch the Frost Links. I'm going to attack, but if they block, we're just going to accept a trade. I don't need to Might here. What I want to do is use Might later on Gargos. But offering that trade means that that now, like, the skeleton plus a Lynx can't take out the profit, so that was one reason to do that. Oh, really? That's too bad. Maybe they expire, or it's possible we gave out duplicate codes. I tried not to do that, but I imagine that was a distinct possibility. All right, well, they are leaving a lot of mana up here. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Might be a Bone to Ash of their own. And now we got to decide. We can mutt and have Bag of Holding loot open. And then mutt guarantees us a Gargos. And heck, next turn if we draw a land, we would get Gargos plus might. I think going shields down is worth it, although what are they up to here? I take it back. I'm gonna be really patient here. I don't know what all this open mana is. We've got a Bone to Ash, we've got Bag of Holding. Let's make them do stuff. Okay, well, it worked out, because we're definitely going to Bone to Ash the 6-drop. Now we have a nice play, even if we don't find a land, but if we do, we'll play Gargos. Maybe. Maybe we bait with the Boreal Elemental no matter what. Looks like we don't even get a choice, we're just going to Elemental and attack. See if this elemental goes down. Yup. All right, now we'll go gift Scuttlemutt, and not really finding room to activate Bag of Holding right now, but we're a little choked on mana. That's what's kind of going on there. You also want Gorgo's ETB effect. What is the ETB effect? Hydras? I don't see an ETB effect. What are we talking about there? No worries, I don't read cards either. Yeah, the Hydra, it makes the Hydra cheaper. Yeah, you're thinking of the Hydra that that fights right away for sure. Really don't want to get this mind rotted. Of course, we have the bag that helps with that. It didn't help last time because it was not fast enough, but we could just paralysis the skeleton so that it can stop doing this blocking loop every turn, which is going to get even worse when we do get Gargos out. Although we could Gargos and then sleep paralysis next turn while they're out of potential bone mana or whatever. Yeah, let's do that. We don't have might up to protect it or anything, but it's not like blue and black might isn't going to be an effective protection against whatever they're doing to stop your Gargos anyway. Well, it doesn't look like they're gonna kill it. Maybe? What are they up to? Oh, here comes Sacrifice Destroy. Yeah, looks like that's what's going on here. Splintered. Strong play. Definitely some shenanigans possible with Skeleton, but you do what you can. Octo attack. Let's do a little main phase loot. I think we're gonna have to paralyze the skeleton. It's just gonna be annoying for the rest of the game. Is there any reason to play that land? Yeah, we are, you know, eventually we're gonna crack the bag and want to cast stuff, and we have card draw in general, so generally when you have card draw, I want to continue building out the mana base so that when we draw our cards, we can play them. And with the bag, tucking stuff away for later use, looting is also much better. Like, looting away a spell hurts a lot less when you've got a bag of holding than it does when not, especially against blue and black. I think the blues bounce, what kind of non-permanent bounce as opposed to creature bounce? I'm just curious if Oppo has the tools in the set to bounce the bag of holding to undo the work we did there. But and this is why too. I think you're just gonna continue to get a steady stream of lands. It is Magic. There are a bunch of lands in your deck, so I like continuing to play and expend them. Here we can do this and get even more. So let's just do this. Do this now. Here. Well, they've got something. That's annoying, but we're gonna hopefully overpower that. I mean, if this is their big plan for survival is Sanitarium Skeleton, we're gonna keep their mana awfully busy. We can also try again. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna just play the Howling Giant here. No need to get fancy pants about it. We'll start with the Octoprophet attack though. Get them to do their skeletal shenanigans. Ooh, might get bone to ashed here, which would suck. No, convolute. It does in fact suck. But we're still doing okay. Got a nice grip here. Got a bag of holding doing work. We're gonna bite and pacify here though. Ooh, air elemental, nice. But let's try it this way. Convolute is basically just another bad quench, yes. I think I like it a little better than bad quench though. I mean, quench. Bad quench is bad quench because it only asks you to pay 2. Asking to pay 4, that is a hard counter for most stuff. You know, if you're going big at all, this is going to get you. And then let's see. We could... I think we're just going to have to take another hit from the Cutthroat, actually. Attack with the Prophet. And play the Air Elemental. Right now, we can't even Rabid Bite it successfully unless we were to use Might of the Masses. And I don't want to do that. God, they might counter this as well, but I don't know what she can do. You got to keep trying to cast your spells. Alright. They got a bag. We got a bag. Everybody brought their bag. No, I have emotes turned off such that I haven't said or heard from anybody in a long time, and my life is better for it. For those of you who don't know, disable emotes right here. Best feature in the game. Boy. Alright, well now we're going to have to Might and Rabid to not lose. So, let's see. 7 is not 8, so we can't go this, and this, but I'm going to go ahead and Might make this a 5/5, and then Bite. Might, then Bite is our plan. Now we're going to keep the bag up, and we can either crack it if they do something where we feel like we need to crack what's going on in here. We don't. Or, although actually, you know, kind of win the game. Like, if Lynx wins us the game, we'll do it. Why didn't you Might while Murder was on the stack? What would that have done? What did I screw up? I don't even know. I'm getting punted and I don't even know why. Wait, what do we have? What are you talking about? I don't think I had that option. Yeah, let's grab Lynx and win. Oh, I think I see the mistake you're talking about now, sure. We didn't know what we were drawing, though, and stuff. I don't know. Ah, it's my buddy McLean from my WotC days. Here, I'll actually... for this opponent, we will turn on emotes. McLean is very good. We're up against it here. I don't think my win-loss record against McLean was positive in my time at WotC. Probably 50-50. He's about as good as I am. Boy, we're not doing much before 4 here, but I can't throw this back. I'm going to keep. Oh, look, I haven't chatted in so long I don't know how. Maybe McLean has his emotes turned off. Oh no, that thing's just gonna get big. Alright, we got a mutt on 3 at least. I like that. I guess he's got him turned off like I do. Fine. I would actually assume, I mean, in my experience, having had a WotC tag on Magic Online for 5 years of my life, is that the rudeness dropped off considerably when my name began with a WotC prefix. Funny that. Bolting the bird, I suppose. Could play the Prophet, but I'm gonna go ahead and gift it up. I would love to get to the point where what we do here is get to 7 mana and cast Gargos and Might on the same turn. So at least we get, for sure, some fight value out of it. And probably to kill this dumb Overseer, which is about to start getting its attack on, I bet. Ugh, that's what we gotta kill. Super bad. McLean's no dummy. He's gonna wait for that turn 5 Tatyova play every time. Okay, well, hopefully we temple and find land. Between temple and Octoprophet, we'll find 7th land for next turn. We just need one. It needs to be a forest. So we're looking for... No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't even need to be a forest. We're fine. We just need a land. And it's a forest. There we go. Great. But I'm not even going to profit. We need to kill the presence, so I'm going to actually sleep paralysis here on the Overseer. And we're going to have to give them some extra value off the Dread Presence, but unless they counter the Gargos out of the sky, we are going to get rid of this darn Dread Presence. Do WotC employees get unlimited gems? No, I think they got a $100 gem stipend, like, you know, oh, you kidding me? I guess there's a lot of enchantment-based removal, but come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. That is rough. They want people in the building to experience the game somewhat like people are experiencing it as customers. So there's in general, they don't really want they don't want employees to just have, that was the philosophy on MTG Arena anyway. I mean, Magic Online, you had God accounts, and it really did, it impacted negatively Wizards employee understandings of what the whole experience was even like. So, I think we just have to kill this right away. I want to deal with this flyer, but this thing is just going to continue to get out of hand. Wait for my turn. What do you mean? It was my turn. We definitely don't want to let them untap and play a land into this dude. Well, good news, we get to Bone to Ash it on the way back down. Nice, 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 nice. And we get the Bone to Ash. We're coming back, boys. Just try it, McLean. It's costing them. I mean, that's a real spell they just pitched there. And now we get to fight again. Coming up, Millhouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7, so we can go Leafkin and Bond here. Actually, maybe we want to put the Bond on the Leafkin to spread out our power a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Right? And that, because it's any creature. A creature you control. Great. Yeah, we're going to do it this way. It costs us 2 damage this turn, but spreads out where our power is, so that if they do manage to get rid of Gargos here... Alright, McLean is done. GG, McLean. Yeah, that was a good game, and McLean is no softy. Always got to play tight to take that guy down. How we looking? Yeah, all right. Okay. Ideal draw would be one of those mana dorks. Not quite. We'll go ahead and play the mastery here. Or mystery. Well, there's a mana dork. We take... Yeah, we'll take that. Accelerate to the silverback. Maybe he gets killed right here. -2/-2. Okay. Man, everybody's bolting the bird today. That's alright. We get Thicket Crasher still into Silverback. If we can get a land. Yeah, we'll crash the Thicket here, sure. No, we didn't name a par. I think it's pretty good. Although we kind of hit par. I would have put par at like 4 wins, and we kind of already got there. They're looking to trade off the Vampire for this Thicket Crasher. We could Frost Links the Vampire for a good attack here, but let's just do that next turn after we get this Silverback down. Also looks like Oppo is short land here. Yeah, we're going to Lynx the Vamp next turn here. And what do we ditch? Probably just the Bone to Ash. We're going to be proactive. And then we're going to Lynx the Vamp. And crash. That's great. If they wanted to do that, I was going to be totally happy with taking out... Getting a... kind of a 2 for 2. They got 1 card from there. That's a good sequence for us. Blood for Bone's great with Skeleton. That's really nice. And Profit or Paralysis? On this board, I kind of just want the other attacker. I'm going to get rid of the Paralysis and keep the Profit. That's nice. Means when they try to do something to either trade for the Lynx or the Shaman, we can Might. Don't want the Druid at this point, but we'll take the Bond. Unfortunately, we can't cast Bond and Might, but I still want to keep that on top. That's good enough. Might even just get him, depending on how this turn plays out. Alright, they've got the Shaman. Oh, we don't even get the card draw. That's really, really too bad. But makes this a much better card to have on top. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I should have saved it. You can punt that. I mean, it's fine. Like, it'll be alright. We're going to get there either way, but I should have saved it. I was thinking it was not enough to save it. I should have saved it, though. Let's go... We're going to win anyway. Let's win anyway. I think we go with the Profit, actually, so that the Vampire can't just trade off for it, and then we get 2 good attacks here. It was really just a ploy, because now they'll never see the Might coming. So is +3/+3 going to get there? They're probably going to have to throw a bunch on the Octoprophet. I'm going to throw everything at him, and we will decide where the might goes. Let's view the battlefield. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and might to win combat here, and then they don't really have a way to win after this. If that's their play, we just have this, right? I mean, you can't really get there off of recurring the skeleton. But it does keep them... Yeah, they're alive for a turn. If they've got a sweeper or something. Alright. Dodged the punt. Win-loss wise, that is. Random 20 from an IRC, ICR, whatever. Well, especially from the paid account, where we got a huge influx of resources from Wizards when we were a promoted streamer, and where we've spent a lot of money to build Jay's decks and everything. Individual card reward. Totally keepable, if not amazing. Just want to get to this gift. Unlock the seer. Island does that as well. Worth noting that a single green mana causing a pause when a creature's on the board is a strong sign of might of the masses. We're kind of tipping our hand if anybody's paying attention already. Well, Spider makes me want to shift gears here, and we'll go ahead and play the... do it this way. Gift on an island. And then we have Elemental on 4. Note that the Spider even takes out the 4 toughness flyers. That's why, you know, this is even better than the 1/3 that we saw in War of the Spark. But what we want to do is eventually find a way to bite this Spider. In fact, we can do it with the Elemental. I'm getting a little tired. I'm going to lower my desk here. Pay attention to my old legs saying sit down. Perhaps summon an angry dog. All right, well, we got some stuff to do here, don't we? Maybe that Spider is not the prime directive, but maybe it is. I guess we go Lynx on the Shaman and bite the Spider and attack. Rough to lose our big flyer, but we're close to really putting up some trouble on board for Oppo. Although it looks like this may have to trade off with the... hopefully we go giant pumped with might to not trade for the shaman there. I'm trying to decide here whether we're leaving Bone to Ash mana up or playing the Seer. I think we're going to leave Bone to Ash mana up. We can consider using Might of the Masses to eat the Inquisitor as well. Ugh. Do I really want to counter that? I think with them being low on cards, we just got to. We're going to do it. We're going to take whatever we can get. We can do it. We can totally win combat here against the Inquisitor, but I think eventually we'd be able to win combat against the Shaman. But maybe we don't have that luxury anyway. But it is a one-mana kill of this Inquisitor, so we're going to do it. Found our land. We'll make bigness. I guess what we can do here is double block with the pups and not trade the giant at all. Let's try that. See if they even want to attack. Well, fair enough. Now we definitely want to trade off the pups. And hope that our hand is enough and that they don't... No! You've got something? That's rough. Still okay, though. Still okay. In fact, we'll just do this here. With the bagged, we play the land. I think now we'll hold the land. But I'm going to play this one. We're close. This is 7. All right. Can we get there? Finish this day with a nice 7 win? Try to actually get some profit out of a sealed? Maybe we just did, didn't we? And we got like 20 gems from an ICR, so we're totally profit. Yeah, we have a foul to give still, so looking good. All right. Can't play this yet, but looks good otherwise. Sure feels good to scry 1 on your land. And sadly, you gotta say goodbye to the big ape and look for land. That is a land. I will take it. Oh no, audacious. Well, we are gonna be lynxing that thing down. And then maybe even biting it. I guess no need to play the caves yet. I would like to leave up Bone to Ash. But I really don't want this thing to draw any cards for Oppo, so we're gonna try and get it. It was risky, Meadowhawk. Very risky to do that, for sure. But that's how good I think the Thief is. You just don't want that thing attacking you. Where are we at here? If they're like sitting on a Cavalier or something and we let them untap and play it, that'll be sad. But yeah, I think we got... I'm going to deploy... Hat is suggesting that if we play Elemental, then Murder's not good, and they might not be wanting to spend Murder on the Lynx. That's fair. Let's play out the Elemental, make their removal hard to use, and give them one window here to get something through this Bone to Ash. Alright, so good for us. Because now we can sit behind Bone to Ash, and what they really need to have is, they gotta kill our stuff with spells so that it forces us to start deploying. But here, perfect. That's just amazing. That's amazing. However, I'm going to air Elemental here. This leaves up Might of the Masses. And I'll remember to save creatures from toughness-based damage here. Hey, look, everybody, watch what I can do! Shut up. Shut up, I did! Alright, well, that went well. It was nice. Profit on Sealed. You don't see that every day, but we got there. Interesting to see what cards get cosmetics, just because it's the cards that Wizards thinks are going to be impactful in Limited and Constructed in some cases, of course. But I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with Scholar shenanigans. That Zombify spell plus Scholar plus other stuff is infinite value. Doesn't every card get a style cosmetic now? Pretty sure not. I don't think they do it for straight up pretty art cards, no. They want it to be seen. Well, first of all, just so you know, like they don't throw darts at an artist dartboard to decide who does what card. In R&D, they figure out what they think are going to be the biggest players in Limited and in Standard, and they make sure to try and get the art on the most powerful cards of Standard to be top tier. You know, they get the best artists on the cards they expect to be the best. That's why Planeswalker art is frequently just amazing, because they're getting the best artists on it. And in general, so the worse cards are going to have worse art. They definitely want to put the best art on the best cards. An example of where they failed to do that, for example, was Bloodbraid Elf. Bloodbraid Elf has art that makes art directors wince when they consider that it is one of the most powerful cards of that standard era, much less. I mean, he was banned in Modern for a while, right? So I would call Bloodbraid Elf among the worst predicted cards as far as putting high quality art on an important standard card goes. Hello, child.
Hello.
That's my son, Oliver. Oliver, make me some memes. Everybody's waiting for memes.
Got it, boss.